Bugs Bunny has been one of the most oppressive forces in Multiversus since he's been released into the game. Well, not really released because he's always been around. It's Bugs Bunny. There's no way he isn't the first character in the game, right? It's Bugs. Poster child of Looney Tunes. You kind of catch my drift, right? So, let's actually talk about Bugs Bunny and why he is so oppressive and what needs to be done to bring him in line with the rest of the cast. So, if you guys don't know, Bugs Bunny, I made a video on him called The Bugs Agenda, where I go over every single reason why I think Bugs Bunny is one of the most broken characters in the game. But if you ain't gonna go watch that, let me just break it down for you real quick. Bugs Bunny has low risk, high reward. Let me explain what that means. Bugs Bunny does not need to actually risk himself in a lot of situations while also maintaining a lot of pressure and safe damage. He's a very hard character to catch because of Tunnel. Tunnel, by the way, also has another tool that plays neutral for you and makes it so that you can escape disadvantage on the ground very fast. Not to mention, he has Safe, another tool that not only kills and spikes, but also has the ability to play neutral for you. Meaning, if you shoot the Safe at someone, they either have to roll behind it, jump, they have to react to it. And this allows you to put opponents in situations where you can freely punish them, especially because of how big the Safe is. Sometimes, even if you dodge through it, you might get hit anyway. So let's say you got to jump because Safe's coming your way. Bugs Bunny, bat to your face, you're out of here. Not to mention the bat, a very, very good approach option, disadvantage option, juggle option, kill option. You kind of catch my drift because I could keep going. One of the best spikes and safest spikes in the game as well in terms of size and speed, and of course being able to combo with it as a combo starter, or being able to chain out of his neutral air, combo into it to reset into a neutral air, combo into it again. He can do it all. And I would really be sitting here all day talking about everything Bugs can do, but the last thing I want to bring up really, which is really my gripe with him at the moment, is that edge guarding him is nearly impossible, and let me explain what I mean by that. When Bugs Bunny is off stage, he has options. He can literally air dodge like you, he can jump like you, but he has this thing where he can glide through the air, whether it be horizontally or descending vertically. This allows him to change up his aerial momentum, which makes it harder for you to actually hit him and punish him. And that is a huge, huge problem. Not simply because he has that, but if you look at everything else in this kit that allows him to pretty much disobey how disadvantage state off stage works, you really start to understand why this character is a nuisance. So, Bugs Bunny can spawn a rocket. If he uses all of his other options off stage, jumps, air dodges, has nothing left, he can spawn a rocket and immediately get all of those things back. Meaning he now refreshed all his jumps and his air dodges. If he wants to stall, if you hit him up to the top blast zone and he wants to stall, he can spawn a rocket, ride the rocket, wait for you to burn all your options trying to catch him up there, and then he can just try to descend down. Or of course he can ride it off stage and then just try to get back on stage while remaining off the stage, meaning you have to go off and risk yourself versus him, especially against that godlike spike. You really want to take your chances doing that all the time? And then lastly, he can spawn a rocket vertically. What this means is that, and this is a key part of Multiversus, being able to spike your opponent is very, very key to the game. Bugs Bunny negates that because that rocket serves not only as a wall between you and him, it refreshes all of his options off stage, by the way, because he can just wall cling to it. But then the craziest part is because there's a wall, you're on the other side of the rocket. You can't go for that spike as easily as you wish, and if you mess up even a little bit, the tipper point of the rocket will just straight up explode and kill you. I haven't even gone over every single reason why he's a problem. There's more, but I'll leave that to you right there for just that little bit. You can actually check the Bugs Bunny agenda video that I made. So, of course, knowing this, the community is not too fond of him. Bugs Bunny literally infiltrating Evo with Velma, taking a lot of playability and playtime and slots, not only just in the top 8, but just in the bracket in general. There were a lot of people that were playing Bugs Bunny or Velma instead of their mains because they wanted that easy access to the money in top 32. And as a competitor, I don't blame them at all. if you play Bugs, I don't blame you. If your main gets nerfed and you pick up Bugs, I don't blame you. Because throughout history of him getting nerfed over and over, the things that make him the safest haven't yet been touched, and that is, I want to say, the critical point of why Bugs Bunny is such a strong character still to this day. Now, this isn't a campaign for me to say Bugs needs to be gutted. I don't think any character deserves to be gutted at all. I just think Bugs needs to be a normal character that also falls in line with the way other characters in the game work as well. Let me ask you this question. If your main is off stage, do they have any move that allows them to refresh their aerials or just their jumps? Their jumps, their air dodges, right? When your main is off stage, are you panicking? Are you scared? Is the urgency to reach the wall that strong for you? It is for me, personally, as a Wonder Woman player. If your answer is yes, you understand. If you play Bugs Bunny, you really ain't got shit to worry about. And that's really the problem. Him being able to stall the way he can. Him being able to not only have a slim figure, so it's already hard to hit him, just be able to avoid disadvantage entirely. Having one of the best disadvantage states in the game. Straight up. Like, he's incredible. And that, I think, accompanied with everything else that he has and his overall kill power, his approach options, is why he's so strong. And so I think some of the right things to do, which PFG has done right now, is give him more in lag, right, on some of his moves. But that really isn't the key to bringing him in line with the rest of the cast, because even with that in lag, he is still very strong. He is still able to combo the way he does, right? Bat, I want to say, probably got nerfed because of the whole hurtbox hitbox overall right now in patch 1.02. But this hasn't really stopped Bugs at all from being a super strong character. And I think the key really to bringing him in line is to do something about him being able to refresh his jumps and air dodges off of a rocket and being able to stall with that move. Something that's always bothered me is a Bugs could spawn rocket and you hit him off, and for some reason, like, you know that little startup animation where he goes like this and he can't do anything yet, and you hit him and the rocket will just like disappear or something? I might be crazy, but can't he respawn a rocket immediately again right after? Guys, correct me in the comment section below if I'm wrong about that. But if he can do that, that shouldn't be a thing. There are times where I throw out my startup of lasso and I get smacked in the face and it cancels the lasso and my lasso's on cooldown, right? And so I think Bugs is one of those characters that has been built true to what he is in terms of, like, you know, authenticity from his show. However, there's a reason why he's always noted to be the best character in the game in every tier list. There's a reason why players are opting to drop their mains to play Bugs Bunny in a competitive setting when something really, really crucial is on the line. There's a reason why when a character gets nerfed a bit too hard and they notice that Bugs Bunny is still Bugs Bunny, they're frustrated and they want to keep playing that character. And so this is me basically trying to give you guys a brief breakdown of where all the Bugs frustration comes from, and of course what PFG is pretty much doing to bring him in line. They aren't quite there yet, but with each patch that comes and comes and comes, I feel like we will eventually get there. Because right now, honestly, even in patch 1.02, Bugs is still very strong. And I think it really all stems from the fact that he can do everything he can do, but when it comes to you being able to be in a position where you're comboing him or you have advantage state or you can edge guard him, the only way you're truly going to kill him is if you actually hit him and kill him and send him to the blast zone. There is no trying to kill off his jumps. There is no hitting him out of his air dodges, because he will just be able to bring them back with a rocket. And rocket, you would think, has a long enough cooldown. The amount of Bugs I see that are able to save themselves over and over with it almost makes me believe that they're either really good at knowing when that, oh, I'm at kill percent, let me not use rocket anymore in neutral, I'm just going to use it to save myself over and over off stage. Or maybe it comes back a little too fast. But of course, let me know what you guys think of this breakdown, and let me know if you want me to talk about another character. Please subscribe. This is NAKAT. Take it easy. Peace out. Deuces.
So when do it